So what's up, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. I'm glad that those of you that have subscribed, those of you that have subscribed to Swift Family Farm, welcome back. Um, what we've got right now is a 2 or 3 part video of our garden up to date. um, we're going to break it down in 2 or 3 videos just to shorten the lengths of them, so we're not having such long videos for our first go at this. Anyway, as you go through, we hope you enjoy, hope you learn something, hope you guys can comment and maybe help us as we go through this process with the garden this year. Anyway, enjoy.
Good morning, guys. Um, Nice, beautiful Saturday morning. We're out here at the garden. Um, we've got 3 games today. The Caleb and Lily have soccer game. Grayson has a baseball game, and Paisley and Kylie both have softball game. Uh, 2 are home, and 1 is away. So we've gotten up early to try to get some stuff planted in the garden. We've really got to get this stuff in the ground before it starts dying. Um, so yeah, I'll show you what we got so far, and show you what needs to be planted, and you'll see why we got to get it in the ground because it's not looking the greatest. But anyway, here's what we got so far. Here's all of our now these are either squash or zucchini. I'm not 100% sure. I didn't mark them, and I didn't mark the others, so we don't have. We'll just pick something else and finish these rows out. But here's eggplant. There's Boaz. Eggplant there, and then right there you can see our tomato plants. You can see some weeds starting to grow up in here. And 2 rows over, we got another row of pepper. And there you can see tomato. So anyway, that's what we got so far. It's maybe a little early. I hope everything survives, but at any rate, um, yeah. So next thing I'm getting ready to do now is either the squash or the zucchini. I can't remember which one. Like I said, I didn't label them, so it doesn't matter. We eat both. I'll finish out the rows what we got and maybe get some more. So these are all from seeds we started. And anyway, I'm gonna get them in the ground now. Guys, I just got the plants that I'm gonna get put in at the moment. We'll see if they survive. They're looking a little sad, but I think getting them in the ground will be a good thing. String beans and zucchini or squash. Again, probably have to pick up some more plants or just direct sow. But anyway, I want to show you the garlic. It's jamming pretty good. That's our garlic we planted, I think in, when did we plant that? To October last year. So it's getting pretty close. I can see that the roots and where the bottom of the stems are starting to yellow a little bit, and you can see some yellowing on the tip. So my gut feeling is we're close on that. But anyway, that stuff's looking pretty good. Let me show you this. Here's our baby goat we had. This was the first one that was born, a little boy. Mama's doing good. Baby goat's doing good. About 4, 5 weeks old now. Can't remember. Anyway, let me show you this other. So this one was born, you can see over there, just barely. When was that? That was Thursday. Another little buckling. So anyway, yep, that's what we got. Getting ready to put the chickens out in the pen, getting ready to go to the ball games, and then we'll touch base with everybody after that. And I don't know what the rest of that. I've got to get the cucumbers planted for sure. Anyway, what's up, Oreo? That's our mean nanny goat. Anyway, we'll touch base with y'all later. Okay, what's up, guys? We're out here working in the garden today and just trying to get caught up on some things. The garden is gotten way out of hand. I always try to say that I'm gonna commit myself to 20 minutes a day to weed the garden, get it cleaned up, and so forth. And guess what? Hasn't happened. We've been playing ball, have our new first grandbaby. So with that and just life in general, things have gotten kind of crazy and out of hand in the garden. So that's what I'm doing this afternoon, is trying to get things cleaned up the best I can. And so anyway, here, let's take a look and see what we got. So it's probably pretty hard to see what's going on, but anyway, I just got done getting the tomatoes all straight here. Right here, our poor little pepper plants just aren't growing very fast. It hasn't been very warm, and yeah, everything except for what we've planted is growing really well. Tomatoes are doing okay, but this was supposed to be our row of eggplant, and as you can see, nada. So I'm going to go ahead and start some new eggplants. I don't really care if it's late or not. I'll get this row cleaned up and see if I can get some more. We got squash here. I need to clean all this up. Zucchini, or vice versa, one of the two. Had to replant most of my string bush beans here. They just didn't do very good. I think that was my fault. This year I started everything from seed, and it was just a learning process, and doing it that way, I just don't think I had the proper maybe light spacing over my plants, and things kind of grew really tall more than it should have. But anyway, I went ahead, and here's the one cucumber out of, how many did I plant? I think I planted 15, and only one came up. So anyway, I planted some more. You can see here, they're starting to come up pretty good. Yeah, those are doing really well. Probably need to get in here and water everything again. Looks like this one didn't take, but I don't know, maybe it will. And that's all I see. Man, I was hoping to have, oh, wait a second, we didn't plant those yet. I only had, let's see how many, I think I had 6. Let's go back. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yep, so those are doing pretty good. Here I've got my purple potatoes. Now, we haven't done too many potatoes before, but we are giving it a try. On this one, I dug a trench and planted everything in that. Covered them up about 4 or 5 inches or so, and they're doing pretty well. Now, you'll see these rows here. I got 2. I didn't do a trench. I just did individual spots. You can kind of see where they're sunk in. Excuse me. And they're coming up a little bit. Those are yellow, and over there I think I've got white potatoes. And the rest of the garden's planted.
over here in between these posts, I've got radishes right here. Those I think are coming up. I just planted them over the weekend, last weekend. And then I've got a row of okra. I've never grown okra before, so that should be interesting. And then the rest of that row out to where the tiller is all onions. I think I planted about 400 onion, and yeah, that was a lot of work. Everybody has said, what are you going to do, sell your onions? Like, nope, we're going to save them. We buy and use a lot of onions, so hopefully we can save some trips to the store just for onions, and who knows, maybe they'll be better. Here I've got a bit of a gap here. I've got walkway, and I've got a row here that I'm going to plant sweet potatoes. I'm waiting for those to come in. Should be right around the first weekend of June. So that'll be good. It'll be right on time. And then the rest here you see is all corn. We never have any luck with corn. And so the corn is called, well, let me tell you first how I came across it. We bought some corn from a local farmer here, and it was the best sweet corn I've ever eaten. And so when I thought about it this year when we were getting ready to start the garden, I said, look, I need to find out what kind of corn that is, because I want to try to plant it. We never have any luck planting corn, but I would assume that's probably because we buy cheap corn. And so it'll come up, but we never have any ears. And I don't know, it's just one of those things. I know there's a little bit to it with the pollination, and you know, at least having 4 rows, and I get that. But I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 or 10 rows. So we'll see. But anyway, I found out what kind of corn it was, and it was called so the corn, he told me, was Obsession. So I looked it up and found out that Hoss Tools has it, and so I immediately bought some. I think I bought 350 count packs. So I mean, it's not a lot, but I mean, we don't have a huge, massive garden either. But I mean, it's big enough. But anyway, we'll see what happens with that. I'm not hopeful. If we get something, then great. If not, then it is what it is. I just like doing this. So anyway, the only thing we really have to plant, like I said, is the sweet potatoes. And once those are all done, I mean planted, then everything will be planted, except for the eggplant. I am going to redo that, like I said. But anyway, I'm trying to, we've got to get things cleaned up, so we don't lose what we've done. But I have learned a lot from starting seeds. I'm guarantee I'm going to do that most every year. It doesn't make sense to buy plants. You know, I saw a tomato plant or spinach or something. I mean, it was $6 for a plant. I mean, I understand, you know, if you want to try to raise stuff and yourself, to get away from store-bought products, but it's hard. It's hard when you go to buy a plant for $6, and let's just say it's tomatoes, and you can buy, you know, 2 pounds of tomatoes for $6. So, you know, anyway, our goal is to be more self-sufficient, live a little bit healthier life than what we do, and spread some of what we would be buying at the store to local farmers, as maybe one day we'll be to the point where we're producing enough meat and vegetables for ourselves, and you know, maybe we can start selling stuff. But anyway, that's what we're doing right now, and I kind of showed you kind of where we were, and I'll update you with how we ended up, and hopefully don't run out of daylight. So anyway, we'll see you in a bit. I'm gonna thin these corn plants out real quick. They desperately need it. So anyway, I'm gonna do that, and hopefully don't kill all of them, and we can get a good harvest from all those other, I think it's 3 rows, but anyway, they need to be done like yesterday. Should have done it I mean a long time ago, but of course, just like everything else, it gets put on the back burner when you're busy. So anyway, with that said, I'll set up and you guys can kind of see how as I've done that. Still got that little part of that row to do, but some of you may just say, why don't you just leave them? But I mean, they were growing that far apart, and it's just not healthy. We've never had a good harvest of corn. So anything I can do to help these grow, I think I'll show you the difference. I mean, you can see that these 2 rows here have a nice dark color to them. I thinned those out weeks ago when they were just little teeny things. And these here, I mean, they're not growing like these are. And it's because they weren't thinned out. And there was sometimes it was 3 or 4 or 5 of them growing right up within, 5-inch, space. Maybe it'll work, maybe it won't, but we'll see. I'm gonna go ahead and finish this out, and then move on to the next thing.